live. Yeah, yeah, we going live. Hey, hey, we going live. Yeah, yeah, we going live. Yeah, yeah, we going. Yeah, yeah, we going. Yeah, 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 we going live. From the 50-yard line, we going live. From the 50-yard line, we going live. From the 50-yard line. Hey.
Hello, beautiful people.
Hello, hello.
I am Jarrett, the football genius Burgess.
And I'm Stephanie Fitzpatrick, aka the Advantage Coach.
This is episode 117 of the Field to the Real podcast.
Woo! Yes.
I'd like to take this moment to again apologize to you guys for the issue with our YouTube videos, but they're coming out yesterday.
Yeah.
We're recording this on Thursday, but when you hear this, it'll be Friday, so they would have all come out during that time. So thank you guys for being patient with us. We truly appreciate it.
Yeah.
And we'll keep trying to, as stuff pops up, we'll try to make sure we get it, fixed in a timely fashion.
For sure.
Yeah. But how you feeling today, Steph?
I'm good. I'm not gonna complain. Like I'm here. I'm blessed. What about you?
I'm feeling good today.
Good.
Yeah.
Good. I'm glad to hear that. That makes me smile.
You ready to jump into this? Who's really right?
Yeah, let's go. Yeah, this one especially. Yeah,
I'm about to say now.
Yeah.
So this story is funny because someone or whoever I was learning the story from was talking about how LeBron James would typically be in the playoffs right now.
That's true.
And would not be able to make this sort of an impact.
They are right.
Let me paint the scene for you. So Bronny, with his high school team, was playing at his dad's alma mater, St. Vincent St. Mary in Akron, Ohio. So the gymnasium obviously is named after LeBron James because of,
it's LeBron.
It's LeBron. He's the most famous alumni in the history of the school. So during this game, the PA announcer kind of made a little bit of a dig at Bronny at the expense of LeBron when he had gotten fouled and he had felt like he had gotten that favorable call because LeBron is his father and they were playing in the LeBron James auditorium. So the PA announcer made that dig, and immediately LeBron stops the game and goes over to the PA announcer and clears it up immediately. Now, Steph, do you think this movie, do you think this situation
this was movie, all right.
Do you think this was a passionate move, or did LeBron overstep a little bit in his actions after the PA announcer did what he did?
I think this was a wee bit of entitlement, just a wee bit. The gyms that are named after you, and let's be clear, you are LeBron James. So I think that this was a tad bit over the top, a little bit of an overstep on his part. Understandable. I'm not arguing with the fact the PA announcer was wrong.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that Joe Blow's daddy would not have been able to stop the game to go and address somebody unless he wanted to get thrown out of the whole auditorium. Okay. I'm telling the truth.
Yeah.
Joe Blow's daddy would be kicked out.
No, well, Joe Blow daddy definitely would have been kicked out. Joe Blow daddy stopping the game. It's just not going to be national. It's not going to be national news.
It's not. But here's my thing. And when we talked about this in the production meeting, this was my point. I think it needed to be addressed, but I think there is a time and a place and a space for everything.
Yeah.
And in this situation, because you were LeBron James, you knew you wouldn't suffer any consequences for doing what you did. You knew that. You knew. And so that's why you went forth with your stopping the game in the middle of the game to go and talk to somebody. Like, well, it wasn't the middle of the game. It was towards the end of the game. Either way, the point being, like, I even, my ex-husband coached AAU basketball for 13 years, right? So I've been around passionate parents before. Pissed off at refs, yelling at refs, all that kind of stuff. Even I've been in a gym where it was girls. That's why I like girls basketball. A girls basketball game where this girl set a pick so hard on one of my ex-husband's players that it broke her jaw.
Wow.
So, and if her mama and daddy could contain their their emotions in that moment because her dad ended up staying. Her mom went with her to the hospital. Because he wanted to have words with the ref because it had been a rough game. And this was the result of you not making calls. But he didn't act a fool in the middle of the game. He waited. Like any adult who isn't entitled would. And said what he had to say to the ref. Now, it wasn't pretty, but he said what he had to say. I ain't mad at him. You should have said what you had to say. But there's a time and a place for everything. And I think entitlement allowed LeBron to do what he did.
So I'm going to tell you why this story, I guess, hits me the way that it does, right? Huh? And so obviously you guys know that I'm on the opposite end of where Stephanie is with this.
Of course, it's LeBron.
Well, no, not even
wrong.
No, he could definitely do some wrong. But, the reason why I see it as a passionate move and a move that needed to happen in the moment. Well, before that, let me say why this is especially, hits me, right? Okay. I have the type of big sister that if something like this happens, she's going to fight the PA announcer immediately.
No,
oh yeah, no, she's not.
Fight. No,
she's fighting.
You didn't say no talk. You said
she's not going to. She's not going to address it with him in a nice, calm way. If somebody says something crazy about me in the stands on the thing, she's going to address it. And I point out 2 scenarios where my sister,
come on, big sis, I love it,
has gone crazy. Shout out to you, Fats. I love you, but I got to tell this story. So my senior year of college, I can't remember. No, it wasn't my senior year. It was my junior year. My junior year of college, we played FAMU at FAMU.
Oh,
I believe that my family sat on the FAMU side. They sat on the FAMU side. Bad. With J-Boy's family, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, Lord.
This game in particular, something happened at halftime and we got into a fight with their band because their band was on our sidelines drinking our water, right? And they were like kind of going through our stuff. So obviously that was a problem for us. One of our trainers asked them to stop. They got disrespectful and then, they got beat up on.
Right. It was the melee.
Oh. But we were in FAM. We were at FAMU in Tallahassee.
Yeah.
And their fans we were, how usually you're on the side where your fans are, you're on that sideline. FAMU, at least they didn't back then. They would put you on the side with their rowdy fans. So when that happens, it erupts. Fans are throwing stuff in at us on the sideline. They're throwing full bottles of whatever they have. No. They're hitting us. And my sister, in the sea of all this, stands up and says, and I quote, "None of y'all MFs better hit my brother with a bottle." In the midst, with my nephew at the time, who was only like a year old or something like that. So she was ready to get to it with a whole sea of FAMU folks.
See, I need y'all to get some visual to this stuff. Jarrett is ginormous compared to his sister. Okay, let us be clear.
Nobody who sees her thinks that I am the little brother.
Right. That's hard to imagine, right? Brother. Big little brother.
Uh-huh.
So y'all just have to get that visual in your head. This little bitty person stands up.
Trying to protect her little brother.
Excuse me, ma'am. Do you think he can handle himself? He's a large man. Like, just saying a bottle, like, just okay. But go ahead.
Yeah.
Just go ahead. I just needed them to get the whole visual.
Yeah.
Because the sister is so small.
It's tiny. Yeah.
I'm like, this is hilarious. Like, this is me. She me. We the same person. Because I'd be the same way. I ain't gonna lie. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And so that's one story of her, like, she not going for the little brother disrespect. And then my junior year of high school, we were playing against my best friends, Twan and Dirt. We were playing against their high school team. They went to a different school. They went to Cardozo High School. I went to Coolidge. And so we were playing them for their homecoming. And I was having probably one of the better games of my high school career. And I believe the play was a little bit dirty. Somebody had like rolled my ankle or something like that. Now, at Cardozo High School, now, both of these stories, we are at the opponent's school. There is a dugout that separates the bleachers from the field. So you can't just come down the stands and go right onto the field. So I don't know how she did it.
She jumped on that top of that dugout.
In the midst of that play, she comes out onto the field. I actually have this on tape. Comes out onto the field while I'm hurt. Upset, ready to fight. Now, I say all this to say, just to kind of move myself from the fact that, I'm only caping, right? I'm only caping for LeBron. Because if I felt like it was wrong, I would certainly say it.
Yeah.
But to get back to the point of the story, if you're LeBron and this is your child, right? You know what I'm saying? And maybe you say to yourself, LeBron could have waited to the end of the game to address this. But as a parent, you also don't know after this PA announcer is saying this.
Apparently.
Huh?
I said, or a sister.
Or a sister. You don't know if this PA announcer is going to say something else throughout the span of this game to be disrespectful to your child. Yeah. Right. And so in the moment, I understand why he would say, you know what? I'm going to go speak to him now because trying to make a dig at my like you're disrespecting me and I can handle that, but you're doing it at the expense of my child and he doesn't deserve that, And so I don't even think it was a conscious thing in his mind where it's like, oh, I'm just going, it's like
interrupt this game and just go.
Like this is my oldest born. Like, nah, you gotta
don't play like that.
Yeah, we not playing like that. And I just want to put the upcoming coaches on notice and the upcoming PA announcers on notice. I think Aaliyah is going to be a dancer. Masai may dabble in sports a little bit, but I think he's probably going to be more of a musician. Jack's artsy, but he's also athletic. But if any of my kids decide to play sports, and if any PA announcer decides to get on the horn during the game to disrespect my child, I am at you ASAP. So I 100% understand where LeBron was coming from here. And I do feel like it was a passionate move. In retrospect, you may believe that, okay, probably should have waited to the end to do this. But again, like you don't know how far this disrespect is going to go, how many times he's going to do it during the game. And to me, it was one of those things that needed to be checked immediately. because go ahead, I'm sorry.
I don't know. Even if you're right that it needed to be checked immediately, do you think that possibly could have just walked around?
Oh, you mean like so going?
Just walk around quietly, because now this becomes a spectacle. You made it a spectacle when you said, "Stop this." Walk around wherever he is,
okay,
and
I do see
have
that
this
part.
conversation immediately.
Don't.
The entitlement allowed you to just say, "I'm gonna walk through the middle of this game,
okay, I see what you're saying,
and go talk to this man." I'm not arguing that he needed to be checked. He needed to be checked.
And it got to be done. It has to be done publicly. And it has to be done.
No, why?
Because you disrespected my child in front of everybody.
Everybody
needs to understand
that ain't got nothing to do.
That you're not gonna play with my kids
again
in front of this whole arena full of people.
Okay. Even if
you're right, though.
what if he had walked around to him and said something to him, and he said, "Now you're gonna have to make an announcement that's retracting what you said."
Okay. Now I wholeheartedly agree with that.
So there are different ways to handle this that don't make you appear entitled, nor do they. You get what I'm saying? Nor do they create this spectacle, but you can still do what you need to do.
Yeah.
And if he feels like I don't feel like then that's when I go talk to the administration or somebody y'all need to see. I'm that person. I don't need to make a spectacle of it, but you're gonna hear from me. Yeah. I'm just saying, it's a way to do. I'm a life coach, Jarrett. There is a way.
I know. It's a way to do
anything.
I just can't promise that I'm not going to punch you in the face about my kids. I can't promise that.
Oh, I'm going to need to pray over you. We're going to get the holy oil out before your children. Listen, because let me tell you, you think, Aaliyah's is going to be a dancer. Let me tell you how cutthroat dancing is.
Oh, yeah. I heard.
Okay. Yeah. So you thinking it's just going to be because Jack plans, but okay.
Listen. They ain't gonna have to worry about me for real. I ain't the one they gonna have to be worried about. Because if you play with Jack,
Ronnie ain't
I might not get there.
You're right.
I might not get there before Ronnie.
You ain't gonna beat her to taking care of whatever that is. You're right.
Ronnie at you ASAP.
You're right. Lord Jesus, auntie step around, it's gonna be ugly. Like, oh God. I might walk around to meet her there, but I'm gonna get there. I might not go through, but I'm gonna walk around. I'm gonna meet you. We're gonna make this happen. No, somebody's gonna listen. I have had to be not proud of it. They weren't even my children. Okay.
I was about to say, don't you have some experience with this?
They weren't even my children.
Right.
But we were at an AAU tournament with my ex-husband.
Mm-hmm.
And it was blatant cheating by the ref.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody in there. Because people were sitting, the game was so intense that people from other teams were watching.
Watching, yeah.
And they were like, man, this is ridiculous. Like it was blatant cheating. Man, they let one of my babies get fouled hard or hurt or something. He wasn't even my son. I was out of my seat on the floor at the ref. Like what you're not gonna do as a grown man is sit up here and cheat to the point that you allow them to get hurt. Like cheating, and they lose the game is one thing. Like I'd have been mad, but when you let them get hurt, sir, what you're not going to do.
Yeah.
That I did.
So look, I don't remember if this was the exact same story, but I was about to say I vividly remember a story like this. Where you came on up out of the stands because
they're not my children, but they're my children.
They're your children.
Yeah.
We talked about this yesterday. Like,
no, we don't play like that. We don't. That's not how we do this at all.
You don't got to birth them to be yours. I got some of my kids from Shepherd. Shout out to them. I saw pictures of them, and they are older now. They're going to high school and college. Yeah, and I'm like, yo, them still my kids. Like, I remember when they were kindergartners, and they weren't my kids, but they were my kids.
Yeah, no, I get it. I just told Rico, he had a baby. I was like, oh, look at my grandbaby. Like, yeah, that's how I feel. Like, that's my grandchild.
Them your kids.
That's my kids. I mean, when he addresses me, he calls me mom. Mm-hmm. He doesn't even say Miss Stephanie or Miss Wallace or Miss Fish. It's mom. Yeah. So I don't know. I get it. I don't have kids, so this might be why I shouldn't speak on this. But the passion.
We talked about that yesterday. Like,
I don't know. LeBron.
You might not have birthed them, but they're your kids.
But they are my children. That's how I look at it. But I just think it was a better way, just a wee bit better way. That's all. So I do feel like this was an overstep to answer the question.
And I just feel like it was just passionate. So you guys let us know who's really right. Do you think that this LeBron move was an overstep on his part? Or was it just passionate? You know what I'm saying? Let us know who's really right. I would appreciate, especially those of you who kind of, commented on the post. First time we done posted in a while. I appreciate it if you guys interact with us and let us know who you think is really right. And I would certainly appreciate it if you would say that I'm really right. I just gonna put that out there.
Well, just go ahead and campaign then.
I got to. We on episode 117. I probably have only won 17 who's really right.
Listen, because you won the one we did on the who would be in the finals. You won.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
I did.
You won.
That's there's too few and far in between. I gotta even it up.
Y'all give him this one, please. Give it to him, please. I'm good. I don't even mind. Like,
nah, I'm just playing. Let us know. God. Let us know who you think is really right. Stephanie has that he overstepped. I had that this was just passion. And that's who's really right.
All right.
All right.
Now put the cameras on me, 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 put the cameras on me.